Since I talk about Bitmine in this YouTube channel, the stock went up on a 70% increase. If you are not here with us, then you're missing out. Make sure to subscribe and like. And today we will talk about it, how they will shock us and how the stock could lose maybe 20-30% in like one day. And then this will be another huge opportunity. The same way, when we look into the chart, I told you guys when the stock went down from around like 40 to like 30s, I told you this was like a 26% drop. And I told you this is a warning, this is a dip buying opportunity. And since then we skyrocketed 70% to over $50. I don't know what it will be by the release of this video. Maybe it will be already 60, 70, 80, or it will be already 30. We will see. But this is an important video to watch because we will talk about Tom Lee's plans on getting more Ethereum, how this will hurt the stock, but also much important, how will this benefit the stock? What is dilution in the first place and what you can do? Make sure to stay tuned. Let's go.
Welcome to the game. I'm the Wolf of Dubai.
If you don't know me, I'm Wolf of Dubai. Danny is my name. You call me Danny. All my friends call me Danny. And I was early on Palantir, Tesla, Hood, Nvidia, and I was sharing this on this channel as well. In Tesla, I put my life savings in. When you watch my very first video, you know, I bought it at $17. I developed my own strategy to average down to $6. And then it went $500 after the election, which was absolutely life-changing, not only for me, but also for subscribers like this here. She bought an apartment. Or this guy, he actually bought a house in the US due to us finding here the X10 stock. So make sure to subscribe. And we will talk today about the shock that is just in front of us, okay? There is no stock in the world that can sustain 100, 200, 300% move and then not have a downturn as well. And this video is for your preparation. Make sure you make your own due diligence, your own research. Make sure you make your own investment decision. This is neither a buy or sell recommendation. This is for education, guys, okay? And if you want to do something for you, if I should do it for you, then check out x10daytrading.com because we developed a software that sends all our day trades into your account, all automatically done for you. If you have $10,000 or more, schedule a call and we see if we can help you as well. And BMNR stock, after this huge run, could see obviously a huge downside. And the reason for that is the mission of this company is to buy more Ethereum. They can do it in a couple of different ways. They can do a pipe. A pipe is actually someone, a big billionaire like Katie Wood or Stanley Druckenmiller or Peter Thiel. They say, hey, I really like the idea. Here you have, you know, $100 million. I will get, you know, certain shares, mostly, you know, a little bit better price because they put so much money in. And then, you know, they get shares outside the market. They don't go on the market. They do it like kind of outside the market. Okay. This is called PIPE. Another tool is actually dilution. Okay. Because they're a public company, this was the whole game plan of this whole mission when they took over about like, you know, 40 days ago, when Tom Lee came in and said like, I have this idea. Let's buy this company out and let's change it into an Ethereum treasury company. This is why they did it, because on the public market, what companies can do, they can say, hey, you know what? Now we will issue, let's say, 10 million shares. If they issue 10 million shares, that's like, let me count, times 50, that would be roughly, you know, 5 times 10 million shares is 50 million shares, 500 million. So $500 million they could just by releasing more shares. As an example, okay? So every day that it goes higher, you can expect that one day they come out with a press release and say, you know what? We put out 100 million, even, you know, $500 million of shares to buy 2.5 billion worth of Ethereum, okay? And double their stack of Ethereum. For once, that will be a shock to the stock, okay? You can expect a 20-30% down move. But it increases the goal of the mission because their goal is to get 6 million Ethereum, okay? And they want to do it as long as Ethereum is down. And Tom Lee expects expecting Ethereum to be $10, $20, $30,000 soon, so they want to do it as soon as possible. And this is the best way to do it when the stock goes up. So don't be shocked when this happens. This actually, in my personal opinion, is just the way these companies work, okay? Any day, there can be a press release and they will dilute us, okay? But I believe that same as it was a couple of days ago when they did this last time and the stock went to 30, it will be another buy opportunity. When I find these extent stocks with such a grand mission, such a huge mission, which is huge visionary like Tom Lee, I always try to buy every month because I have no idea, okay? If you think I know something about the stock market, I have no idea, and Warren Buffett has no idea, and Stanley Druckenmiller and Katie Wood has no idea what the stock market will do tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Nobody knows, okay? Otherwise, there wouldn't be a stock market because it would be something different, okay? So make sure to make a strategy for yourself to understand what really should be your stack. Do you want to time the market and miss it? You want to buy everything now and then be sad when it goes minus 30, 40%? No, you want to buy every now and then. Dollar cost averaging. This is called when you just like buy more and more. And if you start with a position and it goes higher, you are happy. If you start with a position and it goes lower, you are happy because it's all about being in and as big as possible. For me, for personally me, okay? And when the mission gets bigger and the Ethereum stack gets bigger and Ethereum price goes to 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 next, and Bitmine will not stay at 30. It will not stay at 50. It will go to 500. It will go to 1,000. That's my prediction over the next couple of years, okay? So with that said, let's dive into a clip of Tom Lee where he actually describes what he wants to do with buying more Ethereum and how many tools he has. And there's one special thing about that. Okay, so watch this video.
MicroStrategy's strategy for bootstrapping itself into buying more Bitcoin and accumulating more Bitcoin. Ether treasury companies have a bit of extra tools in their tool belt simply by nature of what Ethereum is, right? Ethereum has like an on-chain DeFi ecosystem that Ethereum treasury companies can actually leverage. So my question to you is, what's your strategy for accumulating more ETH using the additional tools at your disposal? Because all treasury companies are leveraging the MNAV premium in order to accumulate more respective assets under their balance sheet. But there's other strategies beyond just kind of like extracting the premium to accumulate more Ether. What else? What other strategies? Ignoring the MNAV premium, how else do you get Ether on your guys' balance sheet?
Yeah, David, of course, you're asking a great question, and I have many answers, of which I can't really share most of them, because whatever strategy we pursue, is some of this is very proprietary. But I would say investors shouldn't oversimplify their thinking around treasuries because we've become the third largest crypto treasury in the world after Mara blockchain and MicroStrategy. So we own more crypto than MetaPlanet. And so then you realize that companies that are of significant size and liquidity don't simply have to be doing like singular things, So that's probably the difference.
So I really love that he doesn't say what tools they have to really buy more Ethereum. As I explained, there's Pipe, there's even convertible notes, okay? So how that works is essentially that they say to investors, they say, hey, we would love to have $2 billion. On this $2 billion, you get 10% return, like kind of guaranteed, okay? If not, you will just get more shares from us. And if their stock goes higher, Ethereum goes higher, then they can pay out the 10% and keep the 30% that they made with Ethereum, okay? This is how Michael Saylor, for example, grow his stack in Bitcoin as well, and maybe becomes one day, according to Tom Lee, or has a shot at least, to become the biggest company on the whole planet, okay? It's like a deja vu because I think it was like in the 90s, 50s, or the 90s, 60s, there was companies, oil companies, they were not valued by their earnings, they were valued by how much oil they have. Okay, let's say they have $100 billion worth of oil and they make only $5 million in profits. Obviously, the company gets valued by the number of oil that they have in their basement. Same like you buy a house and you buy a house for $1 million, but in the basement there's $1 million in cash, so the house is kind of for free, right? So this is how I envision Ethereum companies, specifically one Ethereum treasury company, which is Bitmine, which is also my favorite. Okay, so many people ask me about SBET. I'm not that big of a fan. If I can go with the winner and I go with the winner big and the winner just shows that it can go much higher than SBET, and imagine the market goes absolutely insane, then you make with SBET maybe, let's say 100% while Bitmine goes 500. So I like to stick to the winner. Okay, and Tom Lee for me is a winner. Okay, he looks like a winner, he speaks like a winner, he makes moves on the stock market like a winner, he predicts like a winner. He is a winner, guys. Okay, for me, Tom Lee is the Elon Musk of Ethereum treasure companies. Okay, this is the most important what you should know about those companies. I was in so many X10 stocks, 20x stocks, 30x stocks. It's important that you have a visionary guy out there, and the best combination that you can wish for is a visionary and someone that is outspoken and goes out there. And Tom Lee goes almost every single day. They bring him to CNBC because he is right. He's so many times right, you cannot even count this. Like when there is a crash, he says it goes up. When there's Bitcoin, he says it goes to 100,000. And this is for years and years and years. So you can imagine when he says now, sounds a little bit crazy, that Ethereum can go to 20, 30, 40, $60,000. He even said Ethereum can go 100x, okay? That would mean like $400,000 for one Ethereum. So imagine what Bitmine could be. It would be one of the biggest companies in the world, okay? So make sure to subscribe and like this video, share it to all your Bitmine followers, and make sure to check out x10daytrading.com for all the brand new software that we developed to send you all our day trades all automatically into your portfolio. If you have $10,000 or more, schedule a call with me and I see you tomorrow, because the grass is greener on the other side.